When we open consciously more and more up, when consciousness is opening for us, um, with certain experiences with these strong sacred plant medicines, many ceremonies, receiving the Icaros. As you know, I come mainly from the Shipibo medicine. And I know from very dear friends in my community who work with very strong other plants, as huachuma or as bufo or tobacco. Um, it's very similar, of course, or if you just a very open human who works with deep breathwork practices and meditation practices and other energy healing modalities, um, like if we open more and more up, and I like to say, or if consciousness opens more and more up, I think it's from both directions. It's a reciprocity in between of maybe, and please don't hang on the word I say, my own soul, my own true nature, readiness, like energetically set up what comes from within, but then also how we are a wave in the whole ocean of consciousness. It comes from different directions, right? It's not just, oh, now I'm opening up and I'm conscious, right? So it's many things are involved. Everything is somehow involved. And in that process, for most of us, at least as far as I experience, there are again and again in this openness of sensitivity and feeling and perceiving, there can be often situations where it's so much to hold and to feel, and where maybe, in the past, my nervous system was always regulated and I had so much coping mechanisms and I had so much things I did to numb myself, or to distract myself or to protect myself, that I was such a functioning human. I never was overwhelmed. I never was overwhelmed. I could do like very demanding jobs with very less sleep and a lot of tasks. I never did a spiritual practice. I was fine, and then, we connect more and more to our true essence. We release more and more protective mechanisms. We numb ourselves less and less. And we get more and more in attunement with consciousness and what is really happening. And our senses are more open. We are more open. We're feeling more how we are a wave in the big ocean. And in that process, again and again, there are shifts and changes how we deal with life. And, depending who we are, the emotions we feel, the feelings we feel, how our nervous system gets triggered, and also inside of the nervous system, energetically nervous system, there are certain, I say, like old programs, codes, entanglements, like ancestrally. Who knows how far these energetically stuff which sits in the nervous system, somehow information is connected to. There's a lot of release often happening, when we get dysregulated or we feel overwhelmed. It's, I feel in my experience, there's a lot we don't know what's happening, and that's okay. But what I like to explore and open space and sharings with you, also in the True Journey Library or in personal work or master classes I'm offering, is how to hold yourself, how to navigate yourself, how to be with yourself when these things are happening. And there are many different words or names also for that process, in my experience, what I feel is the most aligned is like I am sensitivity. We are sensitivity. Like the more closer we get to the true essence, and the less protection and distraction and numbing is there, the more we get really deeper and deeper in attunement life and universe and all what is. There are releasing processes, and there are shakes offs, and there can be overwhelming situations. But like the invitation for me here, just in this short introduction, is the invitation: how can you make yourself feeling safe? How can you hold yourself? Which rituals you can practice, which tools you already know and forgot about, and you can practice it. And sometimes it's the simplicity of singing a Icaro, if you know Icaros, if you received Icaros in your diets, or it's singing just a song which you like and where you feel connected to. It's smoking the tobacco. It can be dancing. It can be having a walk in nature. It can be a sauna. It can be a cold plunge. It can be many, many different things, of course, practices. But there is something to learn and evolve, which is connected to your inner consciousness, how you hold yourself and how you see and feel and value or not value, judge or not judge. And there is a huge element again of a very deep compassion and love. And I don't talk about personal, individual love or relationship love. I talk about this frequency of love and God and um, higher intelligence, of trust, of in English they say, and I don't like the word and I don't mean it, but I don't have another word like this, basic trust. But I talk about basic trust in the most deepest spiritual way, like a deep trust on the depths of the universe. In German, in case someone listens, there's a word what I really, really like. It's Urvertrauen. But it's like the for me, the deepest trust I can develop and train the muscle to the deepest place in the universe where I'm part of, where we are all part of. And finding an anchor there, finding an anchor beyond all the noise, finding an anchor of trust beyond all the information what is flowing through. There's a silent space. And and again being anchored in that and reminding and training the muscle of being anchored there helps to allow consciousness unfold and helps to be sensitive with everything what is. And I like to offer in the library like many different angles. Yeah, I mean such a huge topic, and probably what I would share today or tomorrow, yes, that has value. And maybe in 1 week or in a few months or in a few years, I will share like a whole other complexity about it. But I trust with this evolvement and growing, where we all learn and grow together, that something what I share maybe today or what I shared a year ago will resonate with someone who is in that place, and what I share in 1 year or in 2 years will resonate again with other people who are there. So for me, there is, I would say, not a right and a wrong. It's just different evolvements and growings in different states where we are, where always it has value to share, because with someone in that moment, it goes in resonance. So, yeah, more about it very soon if you like to and open for it. Much love.